and welcome to another video. Today I wanted to talk about getting started in carving if you have ADHD. I know I have ADHD and I know that I struggle when I feel like a project is taking too long. I lose interest and I can't concentrate for very long, and I end up with millions of projects on the go. But in wood carving, that's not a problem. You don't need a lot of expensive stuff. I started off with one of these X-Acto knives with the little replaceable heads, which is fine for starting off with. You can buy basswood like this, which is the best wood to start off with because it's really soft. You can buy this on Amazon, Temu, places like that. And as you can see, this X-Acto knife it works really well. You know, it does what it needs to do, which is really good. The thing about that I found was starting something and then it taking ages to finish. So what I did was I watched quite a few videos, mostly Doug Linker. He does some really, because this is he does some really good 1x1 series. So this is 1x1, and basically he does some really good series on that, and that's what I started with. Literally all you need to start is some nice wood, a sharp knife and a pencil, and I started off on the simple Santa. Now these are really easy to do, they're quite quick as well. So basically you draw in your hat like this. Okay, it doesn't take lots of measuring and all that. I mean, you can if you need to be specific about things, but generally just, you know, and you can adjust it as you go, which is the good thing. So like that, and then, you know, you can put the little bubble over here. Okay, then his nose goes here. Okay, and then you've got like an arm and it comes down to his hands, you know. This is obviously just a quick rough, and that's it. So literally it doesn't take long at all. And what you would do is you would, sorry, let me just adjust that. You would you basically just take off the spare, you know, and it's a real easy project to start with, and it's really good. And if it's something you enjoy and something you get into, then that's, you know, that's a good thing. And don't worry about projects. I mean, I have this project on the go. I have this project on the go. This is some coloured lolly sticks I want to turn into a comfort bird. I have this project on the go, which is a dragon leaf carving. I have this project on the go, which I can't actually remember what it is, but I think it's a snowman. I have a spoon on the go. You know, I have a totem on the go. So it's really easy to get into lots of projects, but it's good because you can, if you get bored of doing one, you can always come back to another. Like I said, Doug Linker's 1x1 series is great because it has loads of different things you can make. And if you can't afford to buy the wood, that's fine. I got some free wood off of Facebook, and in it came this beautiful cedar, which is nice and soft to carve, gives off a great smell, and is a beautiful colour. Then that is a big spider, Jesus, mother of God. Woo. Then you have this beautiful piece of pine that I got, again, you know, with your little X-Acto knife. It's nice and easy to carve. So you can just get some scrap wood lying around that would be great to use. If you watch recent videos on this channel, I actually got some sort of crotch pieces from some wood that I had, and I turned them into snails. It's nice and easy. You just round off the base, bring up the head, make a couple of little sticky eyes and glue them in. It's really simple. I also made a tortoise out of one, or a turtle, whichever you want to call it. Again, it's just really plain, really simple, easy to do. And it's just about your imagination really, and what you can think to make. You can do relief carvings. Like I said, if you don't want to carve in the 3D, this is a dragon. It's quite a big one, my first one. I went for something big and then obviously got, you know, a bit waylaid. But this is out of lime, which is the English version of basswood. And as you can see, the X-Acto knife works fine, you know. For this I actually use chisels. Obviously if you get into the hobby, then you're going to want a few more tools. As I got into the hobby, I upgraded from my little craft blade, and I bought this from America from Drake Knives. I don't know if they're around anymore, but this knife is really good for the big chunky stuff. You can take bigger pieces with this because it's chunky. And then I bought this from Drake Knives, which is tiny, and this again is for the, you know, when you want to get into the little tricky bits. I was gifted this for a Christmas present, which is a nice pick pencil. I don't know why, but this tends to show up more than a normal pencil. If you see, it's just slightly darker and easier to see as you're carving. The other thing I got was some clamps and a little work table. I've used this piece of pine dowel I actually bought from B&Q in a long length over where you buy like all your little trimmings and things, and actually I've carved quite a few things out of this. It's quite a nice wood to carve, nice and soft. It's already round if you want to make a snowman or a penguin or a cat or something. It's really, really good. A couple of other tools, oh my chair won't move, a couple of other tools I got once I knew that carving was going to be something I was going to do. To start with, put these over there, I bought some small gouges from Axminster. They're 2 cherries, they're about £15 each. This one is a V tool, and what that does is it gives you a V cut like that. So if you don't want to spend ages digging into something, or you just want a small little, you know, a small little area rather than a large cut, this is great. And this is a little U gouge, so it's a similar thing, but it's not pointy. And this helps to do textures like hair and things like that. I also got a little set off of Amazon that had a flat chisel in it and a slightly rounder chisel. And then as I wanted to do more and more different types of carvings, I got some of these bigger gouges from Axminster with the 2 cherries logo on it. They're really good steel, stay really sharp. And I ended up, you know, buying quite a few for all different things. I've got rounded gouges, I've got spoon gouges, flat chisels, and all sorts of things. The only other thing you really, really, really need once you get knives rather than replacement blades like you get on this one, is you need a strop. And the reason you need a strop is as you're carving, your edge loses its sharpness, and instead of having to go to sandpaper or, you know, grinding machines and things like that, you literally just pop it on, and away from the blade, you just do that a few times and it makes it really sharp. Well, not really, really sharp, but you see, it just makes it sharper. I normally strop about every half an hour, depending on, sometimes if you're using like a pine wood, it can get pretty sticky. It just helps to keep that off. That's just some green compound. This is a Beavercraft strop I got off of Amazon, and I put it onto the fuzzy side. I use all of these for all my gouges and my chisels and things like that. Optional, do some great knives that are nice and thin and good for carving with, because if you've got a thin blade, you can take off thinner strips, whereas with a thick blade you tend to be chunking off more kinds of wood. But yeah, I mean, I've made all kinds of things. I made an 8-pointed star. I need to finish sanding that one. I'm making a wind chime, and these are just random pieces of wood, and I literally just make random shapes, random things. I bought these as pen blanks from eBay a while ago, so they're already quite small, and then I just sit and do that, like sand them, and then I'm gonna, you know, put them together and make a little wind chime. You see, you just go with the flow. It doesn't have to be anything perfect. You just have to remember, you're not going to be perfect from the very beginning, and everything takes time to learn. But with these 1x1 videos that Doug Linker has, it's really good, and you get something quite fast. You can finish this Santa project in probably half an hour, so that's not too bad. Obviously, the more confident you get and the better you get at it, the quicker you can finish things and the bigger projects you can try. But don't be afraid to just give it a go. It can be an expensive hobby, but it doesn't need to be. Literally, just remember, you just need, or even a Stanley blade, like a Stanley knife, or one of these craft knives, and a pencil, and a piece of soft wood. Even if you go out into your local forest or something, and I mean, this is chestnut, and this is, you know, let me show you. This is really soft wood. You could get a stick of chestnut, beech, birch, anything like that, apart from oak. I wouldn't go with oak because that's hard, whether it's dried or not. Yeah, and just have some fun and use your imagination, and yeah, just give it a go. And don't worry if you end up with 57 projects on the go. They will get finished. You just rotate them like I do, one at a time. So brilliant. I hope that kind of helped everybody who wants to get into the hobby but's not sure where to start. And yeah, any questions, ask me down in the comments and I'll let you know. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel to watch my content. I'm doing a live carving series every Wednesday, starting off with like nostalgic 80s and 90s cartoon and TV shows, just for fun. I've just done the Trapdoor series. I'll be finishing that series next week. Yeah, I've got all sorts of videos on there. I've got videos about starting cuts and, you know, different techniques and things like that. So yeah, have fun, enjoy the hobby, and I hope to see you soon.